morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome back to another Gran Turismo 7 video. Now, this is going to be a bit of a cleanup video because ever since this channel started, I've been making custom cars. But I wouldn't say my tuning setups were the best. So what I'm going to do in this video is quickly go over everything but this Mazda and fix their tune, starting with the Charger Hellcat. Now, when it first started, I did a bit of a basic setup, as you can see here, but as we go into the next screen, I have cleaned it up a bit. I've given a bit more downforce, stiffened the suspension up, gave it a bit more on the compression side of things, but that was it. That was all that I changed. And what was the outcome? Well, what it did was make it a bit more forgiving in the corners. My early critiques about my Charger Hellcat Allen race car was the fact that it was a handful through the corners. Granted, it is still can be a piece of work when it wants to be, but it is a bit more on the forgiving side of things. So it's fixed up a bit. The second car is the LM race car for the M3 E30. Bit of the same situation here. It was a bit of a dog going through the corners. So what I did was just simple stuff. I gave it a bit more downforce and stuffed around with basically everything on the suspension and in the diff. And it really improved the whole setup, really. It's still fast down the straights, thankfully, but around these corners, it won't want to slide the tail out as much as it wanted to beforehand. Beforehand, it was really wanted to punish your mistakes, even the small ones, but this one, it is a bit more grippy through these corners. Now, for the next two, I chose to upgrade the touring cars, starting with this, the Renault Kangoo. Now, in other ways, it would be a downgrade, but for this thing, it is a upgrade, starting with what I had beforehand. This is the setup. It was still very grippy, but what I did, changed it up a bit and also bumped down the PP points at the same time. So once again, I tweaked around with the suspension and all that sort of stuff, gave it a bit more downforce, but crucially, gave it sport soft tyres. I don't think something with 250 horsepower needs sport soft tyres, so I think from now on, all the touring cars and anything less than that will have less than 200 or will have sport soft tyres, and it really hasn't made much of a difference to the Kangoo. My early positivities on this thing that I built was the fact that it's so grippy, and as you can see in this footage, it is still hella grippy. It wants to go around these corners. It doesn't lose out too much on the straights as much as I thought it would, given the fact that it has more downforce, but it is still a beast around the twisty bits. It never was going to outdrag anything, even in its former life, but it wasn't meant to. It's a Kangoo. It's meant to be the unforgiving beast around the corners. Now, the next car I messed around with was the Renault 5 Turbo, and what I did was basically just messed around with everything once again. I tweaked the diff, I gave it a bit more downforce, and what it did was it didn't really do too much wrong. It's still rather quick, but thankfully, because it's got a bit more downforce, it's not as unforgiving in the corners. It's not going to want to punish mistakes as much as it did, and I think I put this thing on sport soft tyres. If not, it will go on sport soft tyres. Still a fun thing to throw around, don't get me wrong, it will punish severe mistakes, but not as badly. The next the final two cars really are my ICE race cars, the Mazda 3 and the Toyota GR Yaris. Now, what I didn't do in the original videos was tweak the suspension. I had these set up for more of a track build, but as you can see here with the suspension that I fiddled around with, they're no longer built for track. They have got more spring in their steps, and they're a tad bit taller in the suspension and tuned the gears to be a wee bit down, but I gave it a bit more downforce. And what is it like to drive? Well, it is a million times better on the bouncy stuff, on the dirt, and it is more of a rally car. Thankfully, I made this thing way better. Beforehand, it was a bit of a, not gonna lie, it was a bit of a pig. I may have accidentally built a pig, but this pig now has wings and it is flying across the dirt. It is such a brilliant car to drive, and it honestly is now my new favourite. Beforehand it was the GR Yaris, now it is this Mazda 3. And going on to the GR Yaris, I have done the same thing, made it a bit taller and gave it a bit more downforce and put the gearing a bit more compressed down, because it's an ice race car. I don't see any ice race cars going about 240 kilometers an hour anytime soon, and it really has once again improved on the rally side of things. Yet to take it out on the road, I can't imagine it'll be that good on the road, but on the rally stuff, it is still a gem, and it is even better. It's just like the Mazda 3. Funnily enough, when you set rally cars up to be like rally cars, they become good rally cars, not just terrible road cars. So that is just a quick cleaning of the house video, just making sure old tunes are still good, and I will be tuning these cars a bit better going forward. If you want to see the next custom car video, it should be up in the next couple of days. I have something quite interesting planned, and it is based off a real race car as much as I can for the tuning setup. But if you like this video and you want to see more of this sort of stuff, give a like and a subscribe. The support would be very much appreciated. I'm enjoying making Gran Turismo content, and I plan on doing it for at least the remainder of 2026, so stick around for more Gran Turismo content.